Women's Aid is a UK-based charity that aims to end domestic violence against women and children. Spice Girl Mel B was appointed a patron in 2018, and in 2022 she received an MBE for services to charity and her work with vulnerable women.
As the patron of Women's Aid and talking from your own experience, what advice are you giving to them?
God, I think I always kind of qualm about the word advice, but I think now we're in a day and age where we can talk about abuse a lot more, and there's so much more like obvious public help out there, you know, especially with my charity Women's Aid. You know, you can call up their hotline anonymously, and there's so much more support for people that are going through abuse or that want to get out of abuse, thankfully, but we're still not doing enough then to help. You know, you've got refugees closing, you've got the government that only put aside a few million, which sounds like a lot, but what they end up paying at the end of the year is billions. So why not actually, if you're going to have to pay that amount of money, invest it properly and wisely and educate the justice system from the inside out. Let's change some more laws. Let's educate our next generation, our kids, and make it a safer world for everyone.
In 2019, Mel, you described returning home with no money. How did you feel?
Well, at the time, I think I was just relieved to know that I was going to be home with my mum. You know, even though I'd gone from a mansion with a swimming pool to my mum's little bungalow, my 3 kids all stacked in there, I felt safe. But then I didn't realise what an uphill journey that I was then going to be facing, because even though I knew somewhere in my brain that I was badly abused on every level, I had to then face it and then face the financial abuse, which still in some respects carries on today. And the more that we talk about it, I feel like the more that we can have a bit more empathy to ourselves, and then hopefully change the law and change the justice system so it is more supportive of people like me, because you don't get out of it without feeling trauma. And if you've experienced financial abuse, I mean, where do you start? I had to start from scratch again. But thankfully, I'm a northern worker and I put my head down and I worked, and I've just managed to buy my own house, which I never thought was ever going to be possible.
How did that feel? I saw on Instagram.
Really frightening. I think I was holding the keys going, is somebody going to take these off me? Is this real? I don't know what I'm going to do. But it was real, and it's only due to the love and support that I've had to give myself, and that I've got from friends and family and Louise and my mum and stuff, that I've got through it. And just like anybody, I have really good days and really bad days. Days where, the PTSD is out of control, and I have to be able to say to myself, no, that was because of what you've been through abuse-wise. You've got to separate that, because this is you now. You know what you're going home to. You feel safe. You trust yourself enough. You have to it's like an ongoing reminder.
Can you forgive yourself?
Yeah, but that's like I'm going, yeah, that's hard, just like anything. I have really good days and I have really bad days, but if I remind myself of how far I've come and all the work I've done on myself and the work that I've done in protecting and embracing my children, then I know that I have forgiven myself. But it's going to be ongoing. You can't just, it doesn't just happen overnight. I'm 7 years out of that dreadful situation, but I still have to deal with it, sometimes on a daily, hourly basis.